Hello, good afternoon mga smart hustlers dyan sa buong Pilipinas at saan man kayo nakikinig o nanonood ngayon. Brian here and back with another episode to get us fired up. All right, I am not sure kung naririnig. I hope. Okay naman. Okay. Okay naman. All right, so anyway, I was thinking about what really makes people successful. Well, I'm not there yet. I know I'm trying to, all right? And I hope, many, if not all of us are, would want the same thing. All right. And this quote just stuck with me. And it goes something like this. So basahin ko na lang, no? Medyo mahaba to eh. Sabi dito, if you are eager to learn, even if you're not particularly talented, then you can make it a long way despite your shortcomings. But if you're not eager and curious, you'll find your natural abilities often fall short of what is required. No? Ewan ko lang nakuha natin. Pero anyway, pero ito yun na. Think about it for a second. No? You might know someone who's naturally talented or gifted, right? Okay? Super smart, really skilled. But a lot of people, I don't know if you know some, I do. Some people, they just coast or they become complacent. They're not living up to their full potential. They don't really push themselves to learn more. No, they're just getting by on what they already have or what they think they already have, or you know, and just without striving for more. Okay, and then you see someone else. Maybe they don't have that same natural flair, but they're like a sponge. Parang sponge. They're always wanting to know more and always trying new things. All right. So who do you think? Ito yung tanong who do you think goes further in the long run? No? Para sa akin, for me, it's almost always the eager one, yung talagang may gusto. No, kahit di ka ganun ka-talented, kahit kung walang talent eh. Alam mo bakit? Because for me, talent is just a starting point. No? And not everyone has natural talent or initial success. No, it's like having a fast car. If you know someone who has a sports car or kahit kotse na lang, kahit ordinary na sasakyan, no? But you never learn how to drive it properly. So what's the point? Okay, mababangga ka lang din. All right? So ikaw dyan, no? Do you feel like you're not, the most naturally gifted in your field or in your job or whatever, industry you're in right now? Maybe you're an aspiring VA. A lot of sobrang daming gustong maging virtual assistant or work from home or mag-transition, ganyan. Baka ikaw to. Maybe this is you. Maybe you're an aspiring VA thinking na, ang dami ng magagaling, wala na akong chance. Wag na lang. or maybe you're an aspiring entrepreneur saying, ang hirap magnegosyo, baka malugi, no? Ang dami ng mas matalino, ang dami ng mas magaling sa sales. Baka di ako pwede dyan, no? No? Olats. Olats ako dyan. Or maybe even a hobbyist. Maybe you're thinking, hobby, no? Ang layo ko pa sa mga exports. Ang dami ko nakikita. Grabe ang ganda ng mga setup nila. Ang ganda ng mga collectibles nila. Mga collections, ganyan. No? Ito, pakinggan natin Pakinggan mo to your eagerness to learn is your secret weapon. Well, I'm sure there are other things. But ito yung para sa akin we're talking about eagerness versus talent kasi. No? Alam mo kasi, it's what will push you past those who rely solely on their natural abilities, and it pulls you into a world of possibilities. So yung eagerness natin, this is what will push you or me, to rely solely on what you already know, or maybe some talent of yours or anybody else's talent, no? Okay? It pushes you beyond. And on the other side, it's what pulls you into a world of endless possibilities. All right? So even doing this, podcast, itself, it's me pushing beyond whatever talent I may have or whatnot. And I'm sure it's somehow pulling me to, a lot of other, possibilities. Because I'm not as good as some people may think, or even I myself think. So I need to learn more. Okay, so the question is, how do we cultivate this eagerness to learn? No? So breakdown natin, no, ito yung mga, just some of the things that I learned along, in my journey towards becoming better. All right, number one would be embrace the beginner's mind. You're just starting up, or you're just about to start something really good, something you've been dreaming about. Embrace the beginner's mind. No, wag kang feeling alam mo lahat or alam mo na lahat. No, be open to new information even if even if it challenges what you already know. No? For example, maybe for aspiring VAs, maybe you think you know social media. Kasi araw-araw nasa social media tayo, no? We Filipinos are, I don't know I've heard sometime during a sermon last Sunday, Pinoy ang you know, pinaka matagal according to a survey or a study or a case study, pinaka matagal na magbabad sa social media. All right? Why not make something out of it? Okay, so if you think you know social media, but are you eager to learn the latest strategies and tools to, do something about it and make something out of it? Kumita. Ganyan. Or maybe for aspiring entrepreneurs, no? Don't assume that your initial idea is perfect. No? Always be eager to learn from siguro market research, and even customer feedback. Mahalagang customer feedback. Lalo na pag halimbawa pagkain, 'di ba? Pag may naririnig tayo, may nakita tayo sa social media na nagbabash ng isang cafe or whatnot, todo ano naman tayo. But that's one way for any business. On a different angle, no, to grow customer feedback. No? For hobbies naman, wag naman masyadong pag magbabash naman tayo, din naman, medyo bigyan natin ng, do we have that? Medyo wag masyadong harsh naman, tawag dito, constructive, sabi ng constructive criticism daw, may mga ganyan, no? Hobbyist tayo, hobby. Sino may mga hobbies dito, no? Even if you're good at, for example, painting, no? The question is, are you eager to try, new techniques and new styles? Maybe another medium. Merong acrylic, merong watercolor, merong color pencils, merong Crayola, merong mga ganyan, ano? I'm not a painter myself, but I know someone, no? So ask questions, no? Na pangalawa, no? Embrace the beginner's mind. Pangalawa is ask questions, even the obvious ones. All right? Don't be afraid to sound like you don't know something. No, clarity is key. Now, I remember just the last night I was working, a new client of mine asked me if, do you know how to do this mini audits? So I said, I can't say I do, tell me about it. Show me. And then she showed me how. And then I got the job done for the day. And I learned something new. Ito pala yung mini audit. Yan, ganito na. Mini audit ng website. Ganyan. Okay, so ask obvious questions. Even the obvious questions, all right? So for professionals, for example, if your boss explains a new process, like what happened to me last night, be eager to ask clarifying questions. So one of the questions I asked was, yes, I'm not sure I've done this before, but can you show me how? Okay, I'm going to show you how. Okay, can you add more specifics? Just for more context. I asked more questions. I got it right, and I got it done. I'm not sure. There's still it's still a learning process for me, but it's something good to know to learn something new, no? For VAs naman, okay, for example, VA pa rin, no? When onboarding a new client, for example, always be eager to ask detailed questions about their needs and expectations. Now, I've had this podcast, once before na lagi kong tinatanong yung client, no? Usually, hindi yung recruiter, yung client na mismo. Okay? Pag pumasa ako sa initial interview, for example, and then it's a client interview, I always ask these two questions, actually three. But the two main questions I would ask, what is the greatest opportunity or challenge you are currently facing in your department right now? That shows an example. That's a question. No? So don't be afraid to ask, questions as detailed as that. Anong problema mo? What do you need? Are you looking for this someone like me? Example. And then the next question, the client would simply answer anong challenge or anong opportunity na kailangan niya. Bakit siya mag-hire ng taong professional tulad ko, for example. The next question would be something like this. Okay, as I already, you know, put myself in a situation that asking him or her or the client na, let's say it's 3 or 6 months from today, what would I have needed to accomplish to meet your expectations given your opportunity or the chance you're facing right now? O, diba? And then it's actually, these are actually, the two common questions I always ask the client. Okay? Regardless kung papasa o hindi. Wala nang pakialam. Okay? But now, for entrepreneurs naman, aspiring entrepreneurs, or maybe you're in any business, small, don't be afraid to ask mentors or experienced business owners, for, just a seemingly basic advice. Ano advice na meron dyan? You can learn a thing or two in not necessarily running a full business, but, I'd like to call it, mamiso ka. Mamiso. Hingi ka ng piso-piso lang. Mamiso ka, marami dyan, mga mentors. Kuha ka na, right? Hindi naman lahat, talagang babayaran mo isang mentor talaga na. Tanong ka lang, konti dito, sa ganitong, you think people who are good at this, that business or have a business or that profession or that role or whatever, no? Next would be for hobbyists, no? Maybe if you want to learn more about a hobby, join online communities. Dami naman dyan Facebook groups, join online communities and be eager to ask for tips and tricks from more experienced, hobbyists or members. Okay. So next is, sabi nga, seek out mentors, find your sensei, your sensei. Look for people who are where you are or who are where you want to be and learn directly from their experiences. For example, again, for a VA, kasi VA ako eh, maghanap ka, find established VAs who can share their best practices and help you navigate the industry. Magtanong. Okay, seek mentors, patulong. You can ask me. Pwede kang magtanong, message ka sa akin, ganyan, or what. Okay. For entrepreneurs, again, you can try, when seeking out a mentor, you can connect with successful founders in your niche, and learn from their in your field, right, in your industry, whatever business industry you want to be in, and learn from their other people's journeys. And for a hobbyist, again, look for skilled practitioners or hobbyists who can guide, your whatever hobby. Hobby ko, I don't know if you can see this. I collect, some, I've started collecting action figures. I'm not an expert myself, but it's something that I have been wanting to do since I was a kid. All right. So next is seek out mentors. What will be next is experiment and fail forward. Experiment and fail forward. Embrace the trial and error process. Ganun talaga. Trial and error minsan or kadalasan. No? Huwag kang matakot, to try new things. Even if you might mess up, you will fail for sure. Whatever thing, if you want to start as a VA, working as a VA, or start a business, a small business, or malaki man, Kasi mistakes are learning opportunities in disguise. Right? That's very self-explanatory, And for professionals naman, volunteer for what? You can volunteer for new projects outside of your, your comfort zone to gain a new skill. Like what happened to me last night. I learned some new skills. All right. So for VAs, maybe you can offer a new service at discounted rate to gain experience and testimonials. That's one thing. All right. For entrepreneurs, maybe you can, you don't have to be afraid to test different marketing strategies, even if some don't work. Ganun talaga. Trial and error sa negosyo. Hindi gumagana yung ganito. Ibang marketing style naman. Iba yung word of mouth, iba naman yung naka-billboard, iba yung naka-poster, iba yung na-online, iba yung ganyan. Mag-live online selling, iba-ibang diskarte. Ganun talaga. Subukan mo. Trial and error. For hobbyists, maybe you can try different materials or techniques, for, if you're an artist. Okay? Even if you don't, yield perfect results initially, that's totally fine. Even I myself, as a voiceover actor, no, and doing voiceovers, um, I started with talagang palpak, pangit, before I came to where I am right now. Maybe you can see this whole thing, the setup right now. Pero nagsimula ako sa walang-wala. Nagsimula ako sa mumurahing 350 pesos na microphone. Merong ganun. Ah, okay, back in 2010 yata. 2010 or 2011, ganyan. So, again, I think lastly would be never stop learning. Yan. Never stop learning. Be a lifelong student. All right? The world is constantly evolving. And the point being is just stay curious, keep reading, magbasa ka, okay? Keep exploring new information and skills. For example, for professionals, you can I don't know if it's a thing, you can subscribe to industry newsletters or attend webinars. Meron mga ganyan. Whether it's free or paid, meron mga ganyan. Take those opportunities. For VAs naman, you can take online courses. Ang dami na yun, online courses to expand your skill set and stay, just stay competitive. Okay? Online courses, ano pa? Mga webinars, mga ganyan. Siguro for entrepreneurs, yun nga, magbasa, matuto magbasa ng mga libro, follow industry trends, mga ganyan. The internet is free naman, libre naman. Okay? So yun naman, read, attend workshops if possible to deepen your understanding of whatever, hobby or skill or, business ventures you want to start or be in. Or maybe you're already in. All right. So, yeah, yun lang, smart hustlers. Talent is just a starting point. It's just a starting line. But the eagerness to learn is para sa akin, is the engine that will take you the distance. Sabi pa nga, I don't know if I've heard this from someone. Panalo pa rin yung eagerness. Yung eagerness wins talent when talent thinks it's good enough to need anything more to learn and do. So, yun lang. Sana may nakuha tayo dito, no? So, yung tanong ko na lang dito, what are you eager to learn today? And let that curiosity be your guide. Once again, my name is Brian. Thank you so much for listening or watching wherever you are right now. And once again, if you want a better life tomorrow, it is better for you to start working smarter today. Thank you, and talk to you again soon.
3, 2, 1.